Hello my lovelies. Right, look at this. Okay, look at this. This is a free Kitbash set from Gumroad.com. Now, as a hard surface artist, to me this is gold, okay, because it means that we can take some really basic shapes and we can make something absolutely cracking with this. Now, I'm not sure if I've got anything that I can use this on straight off the bat or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of things, okay, because I want to show you how to use the rust shader or worn metal shader that I've put together in, what's it called again, Arnold. Not Arnold, yeah, Arnold. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make just a quick prop. Okay, so I'm going to use a box and I'm going to drag it out to, let's say, 200 by 200 by 10. So I'm just going to, okay, and the reason I'm doing it for this scale is because obviously Unreal Engine, bless its tiny socks, will basic or anything else can use this as a tileable kind of wall. I think I'll change this maybe to 25. There we go, just so it's a little bit thicker. Okay, now I don't have to do anything really, so I'm going to right click, convert to editable poly, and I just want to give this some very basic shape. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on this. Now, one of the things we're going to find when we're using this is that autosave is going to take a while, because damn, there's a lot of items in this. Okay, so when autosave comes along, I'll try and remember to pause. Anyway, don't turn it off. So there's connect, and I'm just going to chamfer this nice and wide like that. Then I'm going to go straight through here like that, and I'm going to do a connect, and I want to chamfer that as well, maybe to about there. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to do it again. Lovely. And then I'm going to take this bit just here, and I am going to just scale it like this. Okay, just so we get some interesting shapes, basically, that's all. Okay, because I just want the basis of a science fiction style door, or wall rather, not door, wall. Okay, so I like that shape. I'm going to take the bottom part off, that way it's more easily kind of tileable. And I'm going to extrude this by, let's say, well, it wants to extrude it by 25, but I'm going to extrude it by only 15, I think. And click tick. Okay, so that's done. Now, as I say, this is going to be kind of eating all the resources because I've got a lot of Kitbash parts. So I suggest what you might want to do is try and stop it moving around. There we go. What you might want to do is obviously limit the amount of Kitbash parts you're using. However, sorry about that, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go straight to work on this. Now, first things first, I am going to select my hard edges. So I just click hard, and as you can see it goes straight through them like that. Now there's a couple of extras that I'll need to do, and that's probably this one. Okay, so I'm just going to take these edges, because these ones need to be hard as well. However, at least the hard surface selection has given us a range, and I could also just marquee swipe straight through the middle. Now if you're not used to any of the terms on this, that's okay. Okay, we'll there we go. We will obviously try and deal with that too, but as a general rule of thumb, okay, hopefully you've got a little bit of experience in Max. Sorry, I'm just waffling a bit here. Okay, I love doing kit bashing though. This is like everything that 3D should be. Okay, now chamfering. So I'm going to chamfer this, and as you can see that's way too much, so I'm going to chamfer it down to about there. Now it's up to you whether you want tris or quads. I am going to go for a quad chamfer because it makes it a little bit less messy, and I can release the edge tension on this, which will kind of bulge them out a little bit more. There we go, and click tick. Okay, and that's kind of all I needed to do there. And then if I take my wall now, you'll see autosaves just kicked in, so I'll quickly pause. There we go. Now it's a 1 gig file, so obviously it's going to take a little bit of a while. Now I'm going to stick an open sub div on top of this, bammo, and just have a quick look to see what it's doing. There we go, and I've just basically whacked on a few levels there. You'll notice we've got some creasing going on at the corners there. It's, hang on, if I hit F4, okay, hang on, I'll try and do this. Yeah, it's just there, you see, that's where we're having the problems. Just trying to see if I can find a way to resolve this, and I'll just try tessellating it first, because I don't want to spend forever trying to fix this. I just want it to work, because I'm lazy. There, sod it. Put turbo smooth on. And then on top of that I'll put another turbo smooth. There we go, that's smoothed it down a bit. Okay, so now I've got this, which is kind of our exciting shape, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this lot now to just make it look better. So first things first, I'm going to take this, and I'm just using shift and drag, and I'm going to drag it down to there, click OK, zoom in, and now what I can do is just kind of layer it over the top. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of a space just up here and here, okay, so we can see the original geometry underneath. And now what I want to do is just mirror, so I'm going to mirror this. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, it was my dear old mum, bless her. Right then, I'm going to move this. Oh, hang on, this hasn't made a copy, has it? Why has it not made a copy? I want a copy. There we go. Not an instance, I'm not particularly interested. And I'm just going to drag this across to here. Okay, these are just very basic shapes, as you can see, but they're great because they're working exactly the way I want them to. Now I'll select both of these and I'll mirror them on the y-axis and slide them down, and you see already that, you know, our part's becoming a lot more interesting. Lovely. Right, so we've got these interesting shapes here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, shift and drag, bring it down to about here. Okay, and just come in close. And normally I wouldn't non-uniform scale to save someone's life, however I can in this instance. There we go. And I'm just going to come around and see how thick this is. Quite thick, but maybe not thick enough. Let's just move that to there. There we go, just so that it's kind of on there but not quite impinging on it. And I'm going to, if you know anything about how I keep going on about ergonomics and stuff, okay, this is like my whole thing. I goddamn love ergonomics and getting shapes to work together. Okay, so we've got those shapes now coming in there, and you know what would be nice? Something just going straight across the middle. So let's see what we've got that I can put across the middle on this, and maybe something across the top as well. And I think that'll go nicely across the top. There we are. And this might go across the middle. So all I'm doing is just bring them across. Now, whilst I was quickly chatting to my dear mum on the telephone, I don't know if let's move that to there. I don't know if 3ds Max has auto-saved or not, so it'll probably do so soon. Now I'm going to turn angle snap on, and it's set to 45-degree increments, as you can probably tell. And I'm going to bring that to about there. Let's just put it in. Now then, you see, I don't want that end bar sticking out, because to me that's not really useful. Unless... Aha. Now, if I bring this up, and that way I can have this piece there. So a little bit over again, and then down here as well. And I'm just going to check the thickness, because I've said before I'm trying to keep these as uniform as possible while I'm doing this. Don't worry about mesh overlaps or anything like that. We're just Having some fun, as they say. Okay, let's move that up to there. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to keep everything modularly uniform. The good thing about this kitbash that I found, amongst many other good things about this kitbash that I found, including the fact that it's free, which is always good, is that look at that. Is that because the pieces were all created by the same artist and they're all part of the same pack, I don't have to worry about non-conformity in shapes. They're all going to look just fine. Right, now this I'm going to scale up. I'll keep scaling it up till it gets to about there, and then I'm going to scale it up this way, just so it comes over. See, just there. And now I can bring this in. Lovely. Okay, now it's a little bit long, so I'm just going to go to my top viewport and zoom on that. And again, I'm just going to scale that down. Now, some people prefer using the snap tool. I just do it this way. Okay, and oops, wrong bit. I'm going to hold Shift. There we go. Click OK, and just bring this down. Okay, so you see now we've created this kind of really nice initial area here. I'll just get that. The good thing about this as well is you may be thinking, oh god, I can't use this in games. Look how bloody detailed it is, which is a fair enough thing for anyone to say. However, I'm trying to avoid using these bits down here, by the way, because, you know, that seems a little bit too much like easy. Anyway, what was I saying? However, you can normal map. Oh look, we have an autosave going on. I'll just sit and chat to you while it's happening. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's still auto-saving. I just literally unpaused it and it's still auto-saving. There we go. Now, I need some pieces, and what I want is a kind of a pipe, if possible. Now, I can see some over here, and so I think I'm going to get this one, maybe this one, and that one. Ooh, and that one, but not that one. Okay, I'll bring them over to here, where they can be useful. Okay, now as we see, we've got these handy dandy pipes in here, so I'm going to take this and put it probably inside this one. Okay, because you can assemble kit bashes out of other kit bashes, which is always helpful. Okay, and I'll just move that along to there. I'm just kind of centering it a little bit. There we go. And let's see, I'll take this piece, pop it onto there, like that. Okay, that looks good. Now, I can either group these or attach them. Oh, bother. Where's it gone? Undo that. Right, made a mistake there and made everything vanish. There we go. I'm not going to convert this to anything, but I will group them. So, group. Just going to give it no name at all, because that's what I do. Right. Now, obviously, that's a bit big for what I need, so I'm going to reduce it on all three axes. And I'm going to turn it, like that. And I want these to go into here. By the way, if you've never kitbashed before, okay, I mean, it is the way to do it, quite frankly. Kitbashing is just great. It's like the old school way of making stuff. It's what the ILM dudes were famous for doing, and oh, it's just a marvellous way of doing things. Right, I'm going to mirror this. And yep, I've got it on the X. I'll just move that over to there and just stick them together. By doing that, I can make sure, oh my god, I got that just right. So there we go, I'm quite pleased about that. So I'm going to hold Shift, just drag that over to there. Okay, and that creates us another copy. And now, as you see, we have the inside of this done with these rather lovely pipes. Like that. Now, We've got 4 corners here, so what I'm going to do is, I think, take some of these rather nice pieces here, and I like that, okay, because I think that works well. So I'm going to drag it over to there. So I always copy from the original library and put it over to there. Now I move over to this bit and just drag it up, and we'll scale it down on all axes simultaneously, and that's just gone in straight level on the top of this, which makes my life so much easier. Again, the sign of a very good kitbash is that this works like this, and I do suggest that you go and have a look. I think this is Kitbash Volume 1. I wouldn't swear to it, but it's something like that. Anyway, I'm going to rotate this and then just move it into the same position, and I'm just eyeballing it, okay? I keep saying, I insist that everyone does, to use your artist's eye, because it works. Right, you can go away. Now we have this middle part here, and again, okay, if I want to, I can just go and grab one of these much more complicated pieces, or I can use one of these more simple ones I've got here. So let's say this one, and this one. Okay, I'm not sure what they do, so I'm just going to grab them like that, and I really quite like whatever this is, so I'll have that too. Okay, and you may notice, I mean, we've only been doing this for what, 16 minutes or something. It's not taking long, is it? But this 16 minutes is giving us some lovely pieces. Okay, now in here where the middle is, I'm going to bring this up, and you could use edged faces if you want. That is up to you, but I'm just popping that there, making sure there's no space underneath it, and there isn't. Good. Now this bit, I'm not entirely sure still what I'm going to use this bit for, but I'm going to find something because I like it. Normally if you just scale something down, it'll come to mind, and I was thinking about this while I was talking to you just then. Okay, and it's just there. You see, we've got a little bit where these are getting covered over, these circly parts, okay, which are basically cooling fins, whatever you want to call them. So let me just do the same over here. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is use something to kind of hide that. So let's just get this in a bit further. There, that's a bit better. Just that it's equal. I always tend to go for symmetry when I'm doing this kind of thing. It's a good idea. Right, now this will act as a lovely cover. So I'm gonna bring that in and up. See how much wider that is. Just convert it down a little bit. There we go. Like I say, the whole point is though that you should be having fun, just enjoying yourself with this, you know. Okay, now I can cover it to a certain extent, but you'll notice that it doesn't quite go all the way over. That's okay, because we'll do something in a minute that should hopefully resolve that. I'll just rotate this 180 degrees and move this as well. I'll just give it the same rough distance there and there, you see. Now what's the last piece I've got over here? Okay, well I like this, so let's see what I can do just to make this as useful to me as possible. And I'm just going to scale it right down. You'll notice I'm not using scale snaps. You can use scale snaps, but I'm not. I'm just trying to come up with a way that this kind of works for me. It's a funny old shape, isn't it? However, oh, autosave's kicked in. Oh, and it takes a minute or two. There we go, autosave's now finished its thing. And I was looking for a piece to go on the top here, and to be honest, this could actually work. Let me just see if it Well, I know it's going to fit in stylistically with the rest of it, so that's not really an issue. Ooh, bugger, don't want you there. Come back, come back, come back. There we go. And I mean, this is, I'll say it again as many times as necessary, this is a killer way, you know, to get detail onto an object. And all I'm doing is just trying to line up there and there, because I think it'll look nice. And I mean, you can create entire mechs from this, you know. Just make sure to read the rules of the copyright. If your Kitbash set obviously has any rules, follow them. You can't resell your Kitbash, for example. That's not how it works. There we go. So if you make, you know, a mesh with this, that's fine, you can use it for your own project, but you can't go on and then go, and I'm going to sell it for, because, you know, that's a dick move. Someone spent a lot of time making these. But I'm going to grab this, and they've given you it for free. Okay, so you can't claim this as your work. What you can do is you can assemble them in fantastic ways, though, and make your own work from it. It's the same as any tool. There we go. And like I say, I am a big fan of kit bashing kits, so I can't help myself. They're just so damn nice. And it is nice being able to get my hands on one and be able to do this. There we go. I'm just centering this up. You may notice I use perspective an awful lot. It's just personal preference. If you want to use orthographic, just knock yourself out, frankly, it's fine. Okay, now you'll notice we've got these 4 little circles down here, so let's just fill them up with yummy polygons. And I don't want anything too mad, so I think I'll have this because it's like a handle. I'm just going to go over here. Now you can use the placement tool if you want, however I'm placing so many different items and so infrequently that to me it wouldn't make any sense. I mean, this is a good bit, don't get me wrong, but there we go. Okay, and I want to get it just a little bit smaller so that I can see the inside of this slightly. There we go. See? Like that. Okay, and that means I should be able to just copy it across. And click OK. And then I can just drag these straight up. Now we have some empty space. Okay, you can see it obviously, and empty space is no friend. I mean, obviously there are going to be flat areas, but we don't want too many of them. So, pardon me, a good way to deal with that is something like these. Okay, just here, or these panels here. Now, I think what I'll do is I'll take one of these over, click OK, and I'm going to take one of these because I don't know what it does and it looks cool. And that's all the reasoning you need sometimes. Okay, and I might take this because it comes in handy. You'll see. Okay, now let's stop autosave from killing us all the time. So I'm going to select this slot, and I'm going to save as. Okay, and I'm going to call it door 2. Okay, now this will take a moment, but it won't take very long to save, and suddenly we have a much smaller scene, so Max will stop having a big old fit on us. And what I want to do is grab this and put it up into here, like this. Okay, just so that I get this kind of surface. Because I love when you get these. I think they look great. Now I'm going to move this just by holding shift and rotating it. And do it again just to here. There we are. Again, I want to be able to see all these tasty details. And let's have a look. This all setting up okay? Yeah, that's fine. Now, let's have a look at this. And this piece and this piece. So, can I get this piece to work in this mesh, not mech? That is the question. I probably can if I just reduce the size a little bit. I'll just work on my scale. Just, you know, scooting around my model a little bit. And if I think a piece isn't going to work out for me the way I want, I am not going to be afraid to get rid of it. Like that. And instead, let's have a look at this. It's all down to, do you think this piece will work? Do you think it will work? Okay, let's bring that up. And I'm going to turn this around. Just move this over here. Okay, and I'm going to increase the scale a little bit. By increasing the scale, it means I can basically sink that into there and there. Top viewpoint zoom. And just get a better view of what's going on here. There. Okay, perspective zoom again. And I can see that's coming right on at the top, so I'll just bring it slightly over. There we go. I've got to make sure that the lugs here connect in with the bottom, so I want them to vanish. There. Bring it down a bit more, in fact, just so it makes it more stable. Okay, that's fine. Fine, fine, fine. Happy, happy, happy. Okay, so now what we have is our... Did I call it a door? Oh well, it's a door now. It wasn't a door, but it's like a panel, really. Anyway, I'm going to grab it all and just put it like that. And then I'll get myself a plane just to stand it on, because I find having things standing on stuff so much easier. Okay, and kind of my front viewports. Let's switch slightly to orthographic. It's a big old cheat, but it works, you see, it works. There we go. So, as you can see, through only a few minutes work, literally 30 minutes work, and most of that was just doodling and me chatting away to you and stuff, we have this. Okay, now, were you to want to model this on your own, using your own pieces, this is going to take, well, this would take me about 4 hours, maybe 5 to build all the parts, okay? Not half an hour. Now you can build your own kitbash if you so want, but I don't feel that way inclined, to be honest. Now you'll notice the back obviously has all this cool stuff on it, so you can, you know, copy this stuff on the front onto the back if you so desire. Cool. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that. This is my first Let's Make Things using Kitbash stuff, and see you later.